put it record, right?
I hit record. I'm not like you. Welcome out. Let's try again. Welcome back, everybody, to My Slice of Heaven. I'm Chris.
And I'm Joey.
And today we want to share with you what our 2021 goals are. So, let's get started.
All right. Are these listed in order of importance?
This year, yes, we did. We listed them in order of importance, not necessarily in the order we're going to be doing them, but in order of importance.
All right. And goal number 1 is to clear some more acreage for our orchard. We had somebody come in and clear roughly 1.5 acres, maybe a little bit more last year. The goal for this year is to clear at least another 1.5 to 2 acres. More if we can get it done. But the goal this year will be, I will be going through and doing a lot of the smaller stuff, because we're thinking there's no way of us getting around hiring somebody to take down the larger trees, because my little loader just won't handle the bigger trees.
But it would be less expensive if we did all the little ones and we only had to pay someone to take out the larger ones.
Yep. So you'll be seeing some videos of that this year, and hopefully it won't rain so much this spring and we can get an earlier start.
Very true.
But I think that, anything else with clearing the land, honey?
No, that is goal number 1.
That's goal number 1. Wish us luck.
All right, goal number 2 is to plant 150 chestnut trees.
At a minimum, 150.
And not counting last year, just this year, plant at least 150 trees.
Yep.
So obviously we won't be doing that to the fall. That's why I meant these are in order of priority, not in order we'll be doing them, because we won't be planting them until fall. But we have a lot of chestnut seeds at home that we're
close to 400 of them.
Going to be planting them at home soon, letting them grow, helping them, all that type of stuff. So then in the fall, we're looking to plant at least 150 back in the orchard that we clear in goal number 1.
So since that's priority number 2, after the land is cleared, whatever we're doing come time to plant, we will have to break off whatever we're doing and focus on the planting.
Correct, because that's the top priority. Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Goal number 3.
Goal number 3, a oldie but a goodie. You heard this last year in our goals, and that happens to be the culverts. They made it. No?
That's not goal number 3. Poles.
Oh, poles. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead of myself. Goal number 3 is still an oldie but a goodie. It was on last year's goals for 2020 list, and that is to get the poles in the ground for the pole barn. Last year we just ran out of time. We just didn't get to it, but we're hoping to do it this year. We still have a little bit of clearing to do, and then we have an auger now on our tractor, so we can dig the holes ourselves for the poles.
That will reduce the cost, yes.
And I think we said we needed 18 poles in the ground, and of course we'll have to get them in the ground and supports for them.
Right, so they stay upright.
And that's all the further we plan on getting done for the pole barn. Just cost effective, that's about all we can do this year.
Yep, got to start somewhere though. If we wait until we can do the whole thing,
we'll never get it done.
Never going to happen.
All right, honey, what's the next goal?
Well, the next goal, you already told everybody. It's to put these culverts into the ground. Now, we're only looking at doing the culverts between what we're now calling the lower food plot, used to be the lower camp area, between there and the pond. That's that really wide section that we've put one pipe in before. And
you can see that video right here.
And, it had some issues. So we have these 3 more pipes that we picked up last year. And so the goal number 4 is to get the culverts in and then gravel laid on top and that type of good stuff.
Yep.
Because that will allow us then to drive our vehicles throughout more of the property. All right. Goal number 5.
Oh yeah, that's another one that was on last year's 2020 goals, and that is the blind on the road. Again, money's going to be an issue this year. We bought the tractor, we got the electric put in, we paid for clearing. What else did we do, honey?
Well, we built the shed and the other elevated blind.
Yep.
Other elevated blind.
Yep. So.
And it didn't help that I ruined your truck, and we had to buy a new truck last year.
We had to get a new truck. So this year we're just going to try to get the base made and elevated for the blind, and I mean if we get that far done, I can put my pop-up blind on top of the base. And the reason we want to put that blind there is because we know there's a lot of deer that come up and down that path, and also it's right on the road, so the kids can go there when they bring friends and sleep in the blind.
Right, that's why we want it to be there, exactly. And the reason I was making those faces is last year in one of the pop-up blinds, we had a river running through and we were standing in the mud because of the river running through. Yeah. Whereas if we had the pop-up blind on an elevated base, it might be rainy, but it won't be muddy or anything. So,
yeah, you can actually see that video with the river runs through the blind right here. It was bad. We came down here to go hunting. We was here for 4 days. It rained 2.5 of those days. And I ain't talking about no little rain. We had wind warnings, tornado warnings. It was pouring down.
Yeah, 2020 hunting season wasn't
I think I only went 4 days total.
Out of, 12 days?
Oh, it's more than that. If you count the archery, I didn't go any.
Oh, well.
Gun season, I went 4 days out of 12. Me and Peyton did manage to go, was it 1 morning or 2 mornings for the doe season only.
That's right.
And that was it.
All right. Now, those 5 goals we have all have, shall we say, a financial cost with them. And not sure how the finances are going to go this year. So we do have a side list, as it were, of things that don't require cost.
Right.
So the first of which is when they put in the electric from the road to the camp area, well, they had to we have to put underground, so they had to dig up the road, and it is kind of a muddy mess.
Yes.
Hard to get the car back here, SUV, but still hard to get the car back here. So
that's something we need to get done, and that's really, we're going to work on that today while we're here a little bit.
Yes.
But the main reason is so we can get in and out, because it's a muddy mess. Her car has a hard time getting back here now in a few spots. It's basically not that bad. The road's really not that bad. It's just soft. It needs to be ran over with the loader a few times and leveled out and compacted. But I think we can get most of that done today while we're here.
Well, yeah, we've been watching the weather. Is it raining? Oh, yeah, it rained 2 days ago. We can't take the SUV to the property. It's like, well, that's definitely something that needs to be corrected. All right, and then what were some of the other no-cost items that we had?
We also want to change the road that goes back to the orchard.
Yes.
That shouldn't cost anything other than time and gas for the chainsaw and gas for the loader.
Right, things that just cost gas, I'm counting those as no cost, exactly.
And right now the road going back to the orchard goes like right up the middle of the property.
It's really, really steep.
And that's bad for 2 reasons. One, because it's so steep, we want to kind of, once we go across the creek, we want to kind of make a right and go toward the edge of the property. And the second reason for that is deer hunting. When you're walking back to your blinds and all, you don't want to walk up the middle of your property and spook everything out to the edges. You want to kind of hug the edges of your property depending on which way the wind's blowing. Mm-hmm. And if you walk around the edge of the property, deer run into your property farther, they might not run off your property. And that's the other reason for that.
Another no-cost thing that we're wanting to do, at least I'm wanting to do, back when we had the camper down in the lower camp area, we had a really nice fire pit, big stones around and everything. And since we moved up to the top, we've just been kind of having a fire wherever.
Wherever we put it.
No nice fire pit with the stones and everything. And so, if we have some time, no cost, we have plenty of rocks here. If we have some time, I would like to get a new fire pit put in over here.
One other thing we want to work on, like I said, these other things do not take priority unless we don't have the money at the moment to work on them. But another thing, I'd like to work on my food plots. I kind of neglected those last year, didn't get to any of them. The upper area will not be a food plot anymore, but the lower area where the campground, where our camp area used to be, that will now be what's called our lower food plot. We had some trees taken out of there last year, and we just need to clean it up a little bit more and maybe knock down 4 or 5 more trees to give it more sunlight in that area. So that's another no-cost thing that we can do.
Now, we know that, of course, seeding the food plots will be a cost, but clearing it certainly won't be. We also want to put a small food plot where we're putting the base for the elevated blind just up the road here. We're going to clear out a small area for a food plot there as well. So,
and we don't know if we'll get to all that stuff this year. It's just things we can work on when money gets tight, or we just don't have the money to do the other things for now.
Exactly. We just made a list of what we wanted to get done that had cost and some things that didn't have cost and prioritized everything. So, wish us luck.
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed for us.
For good weather and good finances.
And good health.
Oh, yes, definitely the good health. Thank you.
Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you for following along. I thank you guys for always being here watching the videos. If we have any new guys, or maybe you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do that. Give this video a thumbs up, guys. It really encourages us to keep on making these videos.
All right, thanks everybody. Y'all have a good day.
Bye-bye.